Hello, welcome to this episode of Emergency Intercom. Today we have a lot of important topics to educate the audience that we have garnered with.
Shit's about to get real.
We're done with the giggly, goofy topics. From now on, we will only be speaking on things that we find will help you progress in your life into your early adulthood that you are starting.
Like periods.
And sex, but in an educational sense.
Because we're coming of age.
Yeah. I genuinely do believe we are coming of age. I mean, you are kind of ending of age, where you're headed.
I'm just starting, bitch.
I know you. Okay, we have to like cut the 16 thing. Like, you're old.
I'll never.
All right. Do you have anything you would like to say first? Before I talk so much that you don't get a word in.
I was just thinking about our love, Devin Lee Carlson's birthday, and how we all keyed at that. It was fun. It was nice. It was a movie. And then I don't want to name names, but it was a very full circle moment for me. And I went up to this person, and he was on a shit ton of mushrooms, like in a very crazy way. Tripping balls out the ass. And I went up to him, and when he told me he was on mushrooms, my knee-jerk reaction was just go, nightmare, 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 because of the Andre, what's his fucking name?
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre fucking bit. And I just yelled nightmare, nightmare, nightmare in his face a bunch. And he just looked at me, and he was like, no, not that. Chill the fuck out, bro. And then just moved on with the conversation. And I will literally never, ever forget that moment.
Was that full circle because you were in a position where you were someone who maybe we shouldn't be hanging out with?
Yes.
And you were doing what you would do to us.
Yeah, exactly. It was a full circle moment because when I was 14, 15, I literally looked up to this person and I was like, oh, you're kind of sick. I actually like you.
Yeah, I know.
But now I'm yeah, I fucked up. But also they've always just kind of been a fucking dickhead to me. So I don't really care. It's because I'm not a hot, pretty girl, and they only follow hot, pretty girls. And I'm hot. I'm a hot, pretty boy.
Oh, that's where you categorize yourself?
Yeah.
I would say you're somebody who, once you get to know him, you might find him attractive.
You might find him attractive after he makes you laugh a little bit. No, I literally have been looking in the mirror for the last 2 weeks and thinking I am the most hideous, ugly, diabolical, disgusting, gross person
literally,
ever.
Okay.
It's my fucking hair.
Yeah, it's just your hair because that's why I used to change my hair so much because my hair would get to the point, especially once you're and also my necklaces are really fucking tangled. It's pissing me off. But once you're in the point of bleaching and dyeing your hair a bunch of colors, you literally the upkeep is so much and so beyond anything normal that you just start feeling weird about the way you look because you're this isn't the way I want this to look right now. And then you either have to continue.
Shave it. I'm gonna fucking shave it all off.
Have you ever shaved your head?
No, bitch.
Would you
because
be terrified?
My fucking giant ass gourd melon fucking head is disgusting and big as fuck. I actually have had the same head size since I was 3 months old because I had a giant fucking baby head. My head was so big, it was 90% of my body weight as a child. In the womb, I think all of the nutrients went to my fucking gourd of a melon head. It's fucked up.
I will say the one baby picture of you that Kai will insert it. I don't know if Kai's seen it, but you aren't. I would have been oh, oh my god, I can't believe you gave birth.
Wow, congrats. No,
wow.
I looked like one of those babies. I looked like one of those babies with a skin condition. I literally.
So me.
I was scaly.
I was a scaly baby because my eczema was so bad. I was one of those babies that my mom had to get intense moisturizers and lather me up. And
to this.
What's fucked up is she put so much lotion on me once she went to go pick me up to feed me and I fucking slipped and I hit the ceiling and fell on the floor.
Oh,
and yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
When I was there, I picked you up and dropped you down the stairs because you were so much in lotion.
You remember? Wait, have we spoken about how I was Oh, I would get away with pushing you down the stairs. Have I spoken about that?
I don't know.
Me and Drew were playing around like at the front of the house, and he was like
we were horsing around.
He was being annoying and like pushing me, or like doing the thing where he gets in my way and then pushes me with his body. Like not pushes me, but like will stand in my way sometimes and then like turn so that I knock back, and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And I pushed him, and like I had this moment at the back of my head where we were so close to the stairs, I was like, I could push him down the stairs and fucking kill him.
She let the intrusive thoughts win. She really let the intrusive thoughts win with that one.
But then we were talking like I could have fully pushed him down the stairs, and if he died, like I don't think a single person on this planet, other than the fact that now that I've said it, would have been like, oh my God, she did that on purpose. Everybody would have thought like, oh my God, they were genuinely playing around, and she died.
Just
and he
watch
died.
this. I'm gonna fall down the stairs purposely, die. This clip is gonna go live. The world is gonna know the true evil behind Enya.
But you just admitted that you're going to push yourself down the stairs.
Who's telling the truth? Is it Enya or is it me? You have to decide. It's me. But what the fuck?
And then we'll get our own
Madeline
staircase
told
series.
me this shit because I don't know if this is weird, and I will probably be labeled as a fucking monster freak bitch for even asking this question. But like, this isn't the weird part. I am so curious what breast milk tastes like. Like, I want to know what it tastes like.
Were you asking Madeline if you could have some of her breast milk?
No. I was asking if it was weird if I asked my twin sister for her breast milk.
Honestly, in my opinion, no. If it's like in a cup, I don't find that weird, because in my head, I'm like, you're the weirdo if you sexualize that interaction.
I drank my mom's booby milk.
Well, that was because you needed it.
I was 14 and I was like really hungry.
Well, you needed it because you were
straight from the teat. That was 2 years ago.
I don't think that's that weird. I remember one time. Okay, also y'all are lying, because like I would fucking lie to my girl too. Like I saw this video where someone was like, this video where this girl was like, it smells like, it tastes like cinnamon. Like they're all like, oh my God, it literally tastes like horchata.
After drinking Mountain Dew and hot Cheetos, it's electric booby milk.
I was like, you're fucking lying, bitch. Like, but I would lie to my homegirl too. Like if I had some Orion's milk, I'd be like, oh my God, it tastes like,
wow.
But no, I don't think it's weird to try it. I'll try some of her breast milk.
No, that's what I was saying, because I wanted to do like the milk try where you put it behind like the thing and it's like breast milk, nut milk, pistachio milk. 2%.
My twin sister's breast milk.
Yeah, try on haul.
Only knowing that one, like sipping on them, be like, I don't know, and be like, oh my.
These shoes are the worst fucking shoes I've ever worn in my entire fucking life.
How did this
shit break? One, it broke. These are brand new fucking sneakers that I got. Tell me why I wore them once with brand new fucking Uniqlo socks, and my feet came out of these shoes stinking like fucking bullshit. Like it was crazy.
That might be you.
No, it was not me.
Because I don't know if you look at the reviews, it might say, oh my God, the loop at the back breaks so easily. I hate these shoes. But I don't think you're gonna see. Oh my God, my feet smell like shit.
No one's brave enough to admit it. No one's brave enough to admit it.
Dude,
not anymore.
My little brother, I said, what did I say? I said something. Oh, we were eating like cheese, like Honduran cheese, and like if you know, like those cheeses have quite a peculiar smell.
I know. Of all
you would know.
Yeah.
You do know.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom put some on my beans, and like sometimes I just like can't handle the scent. Also, like I do think my mom gave me rotten cheese, because I was like, okay, I'm used to the scent of this cheese, but this shit is like kicking my ass right now. Like I literally like I would scoop beans into my mouth and be like, oh, I still smell it in my mouth. But my little brother got some on his beans and I was like, can you handle the feet smell right now, or is it too much for you? And then he was like, why the hell do you know what feet smell like? And all fucking weekend, all he kept saying to me is like, you're so weird. You know what feet smell like, bro. But he just kept saying it to me. And then I was like, you don't know what, I was like, your feet have stunk like shit before. You know what that smells like.
You know what like is crazy is that we've found a way to talk about every disgusting human body like thing ever. And that spurred like another story that I'm going to tell, because I told it literally 2 days ago to my dad. But okay, so in middle school, I had begged him for the Miami Beach or whatever.
Oh, the LeBron James.
Yeah, the Miami Beach LeBron James sneakers.
I think
I got them, and I wore those bitches every fucking day. I loved those shoes so funny. Fucking much. They were my favorite sneakers ever. They were so loud.
It's not these ones.
No.
I know which ones you're talking about.
Yeah. It's the LeBron. But wore those every single day, And like they never smelled bad once until I took them to the water park. I mean, not the water park, Six Flags over Texas. And there's like a water ride there that splashes water all over you if you like stand on the bridge. Stood on the bridge in those, wore them. I'm not kidding. The next day, there was mold growing out of the side of my fucking sneakers from like, because I wore them the rest of the day. And it was devastating to me because those were my favorite shoes ever. And it was fucking diabolical the way it smelled. Yes, those are the ones. Those tore. Those are fucking lit. Love them.
Have you seen these before?
I don't think so.
It's like the era where LeBron was on. He was on the Miami team, right? Yeah. And so he was hella repping like Miami, and these are like Miami color. Dude, I wanted these ones really bad. What?
South Beach.
Did anybody make fun of you? No. I wanted the Jordan 8 South Beaches. Oh, I wanted these so bad. All the kids with like whose parents just had like extra bread to toss out.
I've been like, I went back to Texas and played basketball for a little bit, and I'm gonna start playing basketball with Mason here. Because he's been begging me for like months to do it, and I've just been like, no, because I'm embarrassed to do that.
Be bad.
And be bad and be gross and scratch people with my long fucking fingernails with defense. Oh, that was my biggest. My biggest insecurity was my long fingernails in middle school, because when I would like play on the basketball court or on the blacktop or at recess, I would accidentally scratch kids. And I remember one kid was like, you need to cut your long fucking disgusting fingernails. And like it stuck with me forever, to the point where like I would bite. My nails are disgustingly long right now, but I've been trying not to bite them or clip them. But I literally like shaved it down too far on this one, and since then this nail has never grown back the same. Like they're not twins, they're sisters now. What was I saying? You
were talking about your stinky fucking shoes in middle school. Did you get made fun of for it?
Yes, a lot. I got made fun of for that and my dandruff, because I couldn't help it, and it was sad. It was fucked up.
I have really bad dandruff right now.
Actually,
and I
like don't know what's happening. Stinky feet. I get from my parents.
Dude, when kids would take off their fucking shoes in class, you were done if your shit smelled bad. Like that was literally a fear of mine. Like there would be times when I so badly wanted to take off my shoes, or if I was wearing like ballet flats, but I knew I couldn't, because all the girls who wore ballet flats, you're in Miami. You should not be going to elementary and middle school in ballet flats with no socks on. Like that stinks. The humidity and heat. Like we're standing on the blacktop, bitch. Your feet are cooking. Yep. It's like a thin piece of plastic separating your feet and the ground right now. And dude, people would take their shoes off and it'd be like, ew, whose fucking feet smell like shit? And everybody would look, and literally like everyone's eyes would go down to the floor and be like looking under tables. And then the kids who got it. And it was really sad.
Well, my mama is in the hospital. So
you can bring things.
It's funny that I can bring things to a lower moment to make
like, I mean, sad. I'm just saying there's like a time and a place to like seek sympathy, but like it's weird to transition from me talking about stinky. Like, did stinky feet remind you of your grandma?
It's just, like she's in the hospital and I don't know if she's truly gonna make it. So
and you're here funny. Though.
Yeah,
you're here
because I have my people to serve. Like I do this for you guys.
No, I think like everybody watching would have been like, oh, you probably should have stayed back. But I think like
y'all know nothing about me and how this is affecting me. No, she's totally fucking fine. She's like totally chilling. She fell and broke her hip, and like of course, like
my leg.
Like she literally did. Like that is some old people shit. But she's been in the hospital, and we went and visited her in the hospital. And while we were in there, tell me why. Like within 5 minutes of me getting there, I think I'm possessed right now, and I'll get into that in a second. I think this is part of it. Man. But tell me why the power went out in everything in the entire hospital, and it took like 2 minutes for it to get back on the backup generators, and it was so fucking scary. And my mama was like, "This is it. Like I'm done. This is it." And we were like, "Girl, you're not on life support. You're literally so fine. These are just like moderating your health."
Dude, that's all. Like when you told me that, I was like, I'd be so fucking pissed if I had a family member like on life support.
Yeah.
Like, and then
14 people died in that hospital easily. I don't know.
I thought you said like for sure. I was like, oh my God, that's a big number.
I was there. I saw all the bodies.
Oh my God.
But yes, it was hilarious. And
how does that connect to you being possessed?
Okay, so you know how we did light as a feather, stiff as a board? We'll insert the clips here. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. 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 Okay, so it's not. Sorry, next feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Oh no! Josie, why'd you do that? And so basically how you're supposed to do it is you're supposed to lift them up, light as feather, stiff as a board, but put them down and say goodbye. Josiah fucking dropped me and I broke my goddamn shoulder, and the demon that was helping us lift each other went inside of me and is now living inside of me because I have been having so many nightmares. Like, I've been having the most nightmares of my life recently, especially in Texas when I would like nap during the day because there's nothing else to do. I would have a full-blown nightmare, and in the car ride on the way on the way home from wait, what the fuck am I saying? On the plane ride on the way home from Texas when I was asleep, I had the worst, most visceral, real nightmare of my parents dying in the car ride home from the airport, since it's like an hour and a half from Dallas to Granbury. And I woke up and was like literally crying because I was like, oh my God, my family's all dead. And I couldn't call them because I did not want to buy Wi-Fi. It was a big ordeal in my head. But yeah, literally possessed by demons and they're giving me nightmares.
Wow. Well, I haven't been having nightmares.
I've actually been having good dreams.
Like,
and I've been
very
happy,
fun dreams.
And I'm not possessed.
The only thing I can remember from dreams in the past few days is for some reason in my dream I had to speak Japanese and then I couldn't, and I just kept saying sorry in Japanese, and then I like moved on. But actually, I feel like I had a dream, but I don't remember it. That was like interesting, but so I guess it doesn't matter because I could not fall asleep on the plane ride back here, and I was so fucking pissed. I was literally the most angry I've been in my whole life. I will never take a late flight from Miami to LA ever again because I was just like out all day and like the sun was like beating my ass.
Like a light.
I literally wish that was me.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I should be telling this, so this might get cut from the episode, but I've been saving it from Enya and everybody in my life because I had one of the most insane experiences on a flight of my entire life yesterday. It was on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday when we're recording this, and so I get to the airplane. I get on my flight. I'm a little bit early because I have a little hack to get on the plane early. I'm not telling you bitches that. It's all mine. Sitting there, the entire plane around me fills up, and I'm like, damn, this is a packed ass flight, except for the middle seat on my plane. And I'm like,
on your row?
On my row, yeah. And I'm like, oh damn, like this is kind of lit. Like I'm gonna get a middle seat, and like the gates are about to close. I'm about to get this middle seat, and I'm like, damn, I'm the only person with the middle seat next to them. This is fucking lit. And then I see this woman barreling down the aisle, like covered in dirt, like hair in a fucking rat's nest, like running to the seat. Like it was jarring to see the way she was running. Like it was scary. Anyways, I'm like, please don't fucking sit next to me, like please. And she sits next to me, and immediately I am greeted with the most foul odor I have ever smelt a human deal ever in my life. Like it was so bad that my eyes were watering. Like it was literally just like she hasn't showered in like 14 days. Like it was gnarly, and it was so bad that everybody around us like had started complaining about her fucking stench to the flight attendants. But we were in the air and they were like, we can't fucking land the plane, so because she smells. Yeah. And so thankfully I had a COVID mask in my bag, and I spray it with my perfume, and I put it on my face. And I'm not even kidding. I even was like, I don't want to put a mask on because I don't want to make her feel bad. So I sprayed it on my finger and rubbed it in my mustache. It was so foul.
I've done that before. I've been next to someone who smelled so bad that I take on my little roller perfume and I like douse myself in it. Like I literally like will go under my jaw and like on my nose and everything because I'm like, you smell you smell like The Walking Dead now.
That was literally the vibe. Like it was the most rank odor I have ever smelt in my entire fucking life. And the lady next to us, she was in the middle seat. The lady next to us in the aisle was not fucking having it. She was not hiding. Like she was like plugging her nose and like talking to the people next to her and be like, this is fucking crazy. Like how is she on this flight? Because like it was insane. Like her entire clothes. Just wait, it gets fucking crazier.
I've seen something similar-ish. One time when I was leaving Miami, there was a woman who I like felt so bad because I was like, she obviously was dealt weed or some shit here. That was not what she was expecting because she was literally like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah,
like she was like in the midst of psychosis trying to get on her flight, and I was like, dude, this is the bravest human I've ever seen navigate the airport because, like, you can tell she was not there.
That's
like,
the
her
other
fucking
thing.
clothes were all, like, tattered up and, like, she was literally, like, had a fucking plastic bag of stuff and you could tell, like, something happened to her and she was like, I just need to get the fuck home.
She had a plastic bag with her. The flight continues. I'm like, whatever. I'm going to put my COVID mask with perfume on and go to sleep. I go to sleep. And I wake up and we're like 30 minutes from boarding and I start getting in my head and I'm like, damn, like I feel really fucking bad for this person right now. Like she was just I'm sure like she's like super fucking depressed and just hasn't showered in a couple days and like whatever. Like I feel bad. So I like try to right my wrongs with the universe and I'm just like, I see, oh, this is the craziest fucking thing about it. She had an iPhone 4 with a home button and she had a charger that plugged, like the long charger that would plug in. And I was
that being the craziest part. Not her being borderline.
It was a gas-powered iPhone. I could not believe it.
She's a time traveler.
Exactly. That's what it felt like.
A gas-powered iPhone.
It literally felt like
she
was
had
a
a
time
little
traveler.
red canister, like, opened the bottom and like...
Yep. It was fucking crazy. And I'm like, okay, like I feel bad and she's like on Instagram. I don't know how this thing fucking booted Instagram. Like it's a relic. It's a fossil at this point. But I'm like, oh, like you should film. Like she
boots Instagram. It's like the fan in it.
But I'm like, oh, like I could tell she like was trying to look out the windows and shit because she was like being shifty about it. And I was like, oh, let me lean forward. I was like, here, like I'll lean forward. You can look at this one. She goes behind me and rests her entire body on me and for the last bit of this flight I was like, what if it's not her that stinks? No, bitch, it was her that fucking stank like shit. It was so bad that it stained my shirt like with odor. Stop. It was so rank. So I was like, okay, like damn, like she's been dealt like a really rough card, like whatever, like I hope she makes it. I hope everything's gonna be okay.
I hope
like,
she
whatever.
makes it to where she's going and it's not as bad as like it seems from the outside.
Exactly.
Right now. Yeah.
And so I look at that video she got. It's the worst fucking video I've ever seen in my entire life. So I'm like, oh, here, I've been on this route a bunch. So I'm like, film right now. You can get like downtown Los Angeles and it's really pretty. So she like starts filming again, resting on me, whatever. And I'm like, damn, I like righted my wrongs with the universe. I'm not gonna get bad karma. All this judgment was for nothing. So we land at the gate and I'm like, we're at the gate, right? And I'm like, why are we not deplaning? Like, why is this taking so long? And my head starts spiraling again. And I'm like, this bitch, I know it's her. Like, something's up with this girl. Like, something's up. And then they announce on the intercom, they're like, the emergency intercom, hello. They announce on the intercom, they're like, okay, so like no one stand up yet. We have a security risk on board. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew it. It was her. It's been her the entire time. Like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. And nothing happens. They get on the plane. They walk around for like 5 or 10 minutes. Nothing fucking happens. And then I'm like, damn. I'm like, I fell back into that judgmental shit. Like the universe is going to bite my ass. Like, what the fuck? I cannot believe I've done this again. And I'm like, damn, I judged her again. And it really wasn't her. It was probably like a faulty brake pad or some shit. We're deplaning together. Tell me why Homeland Security, the cops, all the security guards in the fucking world are there, grab her and start yelling at her and are like, who are you here to meet? What are you doing? Why are you here? Blah, 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 blah. Like yelling at her. And like, granted, I was with her and I basically aided and abetted this criminal because she was transporting fucking drugs. Because the only reason I know, which is like fucking crazy that you would transport drugs on a plane in 2022, just ship it with FedEx like everybody else, because FedEx is the biggest drug dealer in the world. Look it up. Like they don't give a fuck about what you ship there. They only cover
Kai shaking his head like,
yeah.
Look at all the fucking birds.
That is a good omen. I used to think it was a bad omen, but that's a good omen. It's an omen of wealth. So... hello.
They are sitting on the wealthy trees in LA right now.
Look at him. Look at that guy like swinging around over there. He's on the very tip top.
I know.
I want to fuck those birds. Like
what? You're gonna like what those birds?
What?
No, I think I misheard you. Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't say shit.
Oh. Well, last night on
Thanksgiving is over. Like Tell me why Thanksgiving is over. Like, it happened last Friday. Do you know what I mean?
I want to hit you so bad. Well, on my flight, I always pick the aisle seat. I used to be a window seat girl, but then I realized since I have the bladder of like nobody on this planet and I have to pee every 5 seconds, I just get aisle now. Which can suck sometimes because I fall asleep on my flights. So when I sit next to some bastard bitch who's like under the age of 20 and has no sympathy for me and decides to like not give themselves a UTI and is always like, oh, can I pass? Can I pass? I'm like, I hope you die. But I got my aisle seat. But then when I got to my seat, this woman and her grandma.
Wow, seriously? Fuck you for that. Wow. I just realized and registered that. Like, wow.
When I got to my seat, there was like this grandma and her granddaughter, and the granddaughter was like easily like 40 something, and like the grandma was like, I'm not kidding, it was the Coco grandma. I am not kidding.
Wait, Go-Go
like
grandma?
The Coco, like she like looked like the Coco. Yeah, she looked like the Coco grandma, like straight up. But then they had asked me, they were like, oh, like, is it okay if like the woman was speaking to me, and because I'm like affluent and I speak like Spanish and English, I was able to communicate like perfectly. And she was like, "Oh, like,
do you know what affluent means?"
Oh, affluent means money. Like as I said it, I like understood. Like it was like not like correct. I'm just fucking with you. But because I'm bilingual.
You're bilingual.
Yo estoy bailando y soy bilingual.
Yo soy bailando con mis lies.
Hell, don't bring that back. I can't believe that's finally died down.
Piojos.
But she was like, oh, do you mind sitting by the window just in case you like fall asleep or anything? Because like, my grandma probably is going to have to use the bathroom a few times during the flight. And I was like,
realized I've been groping your fucking shoe this like
I don't mind. It felt nice. Cause these like don't have any like warmth. So your hands are like warm.
I'll give you a foot massage. Like, we can take these off.
You need to stop.
You don't have warmth? I can warm you up. Let me warm you up.
But she was like, oh, can you sit there or whatever? And at first I was pissed because I was like, well, how about this? I am going to have to get up a bunch and I don't want my bladder to be dictated by y'all. But I was like, whatever, you know what? Like, it's literally not a problem. I just took the seat but I was just annoyed at first because like, oh, but then I was like, you know what? I never get the window seat anymore. And maybe that will be better for falling asleep. Like, because I can just like fall on it.
That's my vibe.
But then I had one of the fucking windows that when you lean it back, it falls into another window. So like, you know, like, when you like lean your chair back.
Oh, there's another window.
There's another window. Two. So like if I leaned back, I just fell into this hole and it was like back. And then if we crashed, my head would have been fucking decapitated. So I couldn't fall asleep.
I sleep on that shit anyways. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just like not tall enough for it to be comfortable. It's like literally I'm like sleeping like this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like not good. Also, the even more space on JetBlue is a fucking scam because I'd rather be in the smaller seats and have less leg room and then be able to like curl up because I'm actually the worst person to sit by on a plane because I will fall asleep like this. Like I'll like lean my legs up against and I'll like literally sleep like this on the flight, which is actually so annoying that I take the aisle seat and do that.
I get in my boxers, like I sleep in my bed and I just like get fully naked on the flight.
Yeah, I like take off my shoes and like put out the tray and like like lay them there like and with my bare feet out.
My hair over the back of my
yeah,
chair.
And then whoever's sitting next to me, I'm like, you won't mind, and I'll just like knock on them. I actually almost did that to the lady sitting next to me because I was like, she kept like kind of talking to me.
Abuela.
I was like, I feel like she wouldn't mind if I like fell asleep on her. Like she literally wouldn't care. Like cause she kept just looking at me and asking. She's not my cousin, bro.
Wait, what is nephew or niece?
I actually don't know.
Mi prima.
Prima is cousin.
La taxica.
I don't have any nieces or nephews, so I don't know.
Piojo.
Wait, do I have nieces and nephews? No, I literally don't have any nieces and nephews yet. How about that? Madeline's baby will be my first niece.
Enya is gonna be the mean aunt, and I'm gonna be the twink. What is it?
Mean aunt, twink uncle.
Yeah, twink uncle.
It's based on that one TikTok, so thank you. Yeah. But
also don't look at my fucking hair.
Anyways, it just ended up being the best flight ever because I couldn't fall asleep, which actually was pissing me the fuck off at first. But then, also, I wish I heard what the flight the person on the flight said. I think they said that we were going to go to low altitude to avoid the storms. But in my half sleep, because I fall asleep during takeoff, I slept for like an hour. But in my half sleep, I heard him say there's a fireworks show, so we're going to have to go to low altitude or something. And then I was like, I misheard that because that makes the opposite of sense. But then I woke up and I look out my window and there's I looked it up and we were right next to Missouri. And there was an insane amount of lightning storms happening. And we were over the Gulf. So we were literally, I was just watching like the most insane thing I've ever seen with my fucking eyes. And I was trying to record it, but it wasn't working because JetBlue's fucking blue lights. And like, it was like, whatever. But I just sat there literally and like killed an hour staring out the window. And I was like, I probably look so dumb to the lady next to me because she's like, what is she looking at? It's pitch black out there. But when nobody knew, I literally almost like tapped her and told her to look because I was like, this is like, I have to share this with someone.
Moment.
But I didn't want to interrupt her because this was so fucking cute. I tried to get a video of it, but the granddaughter who was like 40 something started watching the Croods and had subtitles on. And they were sharing headphones and the grandma was watching the Croods with her on the fucking TV. And like, so she was just turned over, like looking at her granddaughter's TV. And I was like, oh my God, that's so fucking cute. But yeah. And then at one point I put my feet up and then the grandma was like, don't your feet start to hurt after long flights like this? Like from them just being still? And I was like, yeah, it hurts a lot. And then she was like, I have this. And then she used her cane to like poke her bag. And she showed me that she'd put her bag there so that her feet were like a little lifted so that the blood wouldn't go to her feet. And then when I got in my Uber, I realized Uber is literally so fucking scary because I got in an Uber and it was a Model X Tesla, which I'd never been in, but you know how they like go super fast? My Uber was trying to fucking show off or something because in the airport, when I got into the car, he zoomed to 40 in a second. And I was like, he's going to kill me. And he literally shaved 3 minutes off of the drive because he was driving so fucking crazy.
Do you remember you were in that car too, that BMW that went like 140?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, it hit 170 miles per hour.
It was fucking scary as fuck.
Like, why did I think that?
I have a picture
of
it, and it was the picture I got was 129, which is like the fastest I've ever gone in a car.
But yeah, Ubers are so scary. And then I was like, does Uber have anything to stop minors from getting in cars? Because I was like,
we were fucking 14 and 15.
Yeah, getting into random Ubers. And I was like, okay, if anybody at Uber hears this, you could take this idea and implement it. Like, I won't be mad because honestly, I just care about the safety of other people.
I think they do ID people because I got ID'd before. I don't know if it's anymore, but
I think you can get ID'd when you go into it because technically minors shouldn't be allowed to get into it. But like, of course, there's Ubers who are like, bitch, I'm taking this ride. Like, I'm going to like get my money. But what I was thinking was for a way to make it so that, because obviously there are setups where like if a parent like can't take their kid to school or something like that or pick their kid up, they'll like maybe send an Uber for the kid. What they should do is have like accounts, but this is maybe a liability thing and that's a whole other discussion. But if it's not, you could take my idea. I was thinking, oh my God, why don't they just have accounts that you can have a parental account so that the kid can like only get in an Uber when it sends like a verification code to the parent and like they get a yes back for the kid to get in the car. But I think that would open a lot of liability up. So
yeah,
I mean, take it or leave it.
You could just put it in like a Chucky doll package, like a 4-year-old toddler, and like
fucking
say it's like a toy and you ship it back and forth.
Do the package thing on the Uber and just throw your kid in there.
Yeah. Well, I debated whether I was going to talk about this or not because it is actually so fucking humiliating and embarrassing for me that this happened. But the show We're Here on HBO premiered. And if you don't know what the show is, it's I forget the returning drag queens that are on it.
It was the third season. It's like I know Bob the drag queen, Eureka, and
Shangela.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're the hosts every season, but they were the hosts of this episode. And I had watched, this is actually so fucked up, but I had watched like the first season with like a hookup before we hooked up in bed. And I was like, oh my God, this is awful. But anyways, not the show, but this environment that I'm in, this like energy that I'm having right now. But I'm watching this show and I'm at Madeline and Steven's house and they're like, oh, let's watch the We're Here episode. We open it. It says Granbury, Texas, which is my hometown. Like, there's no way. Open the fucking episode. It is fully an entire
I know.
episode.
They showed the square and I was like, I've been there.
It's the entire episode on drag queens going to my hometown. And I remember hearing about this a while ago on like the 4th of July, because like it was a big thing. Like people were being like extremely hateful, and they were like, no, we don't want drag queens in our community, we don't want gay people in our community, blah 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 blah, like just being hateful bigots and like threatening them, like threatening their lives and shit. And like I was like, oh, there's no way they air that episode, or if they do, they're not going to talk about that. Nope, the entire episode was how fucking awful Granbury, Texas is, and how terrible my hometown is. And I was so fucking embarrassed, but I was also high on Delta 8 or whatever, which is another story.
You were high on fucking deli weed.
Fucking cybernetic weed. That shit is straight Kim's, bro. Like, I don't know.
It's cybernetic, and then what's that one word you said at the last episode with the little symbols and data chips you're eating? It's called, start with an A or something.
Ammonia?
No, not ammonia. It's like you airdropped it on the plane to Japan.
Oh, sigils.
Yeah.
It's sigils and cybernetics.
It's cybernetics and sigils in Delta 8.
No, straight
oh my God.
up.
I went to the biggest fucking smoke shop, and it scared the fuck out of me. They had a free Kratom sign, and I've seen Kratom in smoke shops.
No.
Drew, I should have taken a picture, but like the guy who worked there was like kind of like watching me and my friend walk around. And I was like, I won't like take pictures because I don't want him to feel like we're making fun of him in some way. But it was so huge. It was in what used to be a Payless, but it didn't get smaller.
Smoke shop.
But it didn't get smaller. It was that big. It was the biggest smoke shop ever. And I was like, Drew should be here because this is crazy. They had like, you know, like when you buy like flour, like big things of flour.
That is fucking crazy.
Of just Kratom, but yeah.
The normalization of Kratom is
awful.
So dangerous.
Awful,
I've
evil,
seen
bad.
it at fucking Erewhon. I've seen videos of like girls like going to Erewhon and getting this shot that they don't know what's in it and saying like, oh, like this is supposedly a
like a
alternative to drinking, so I'm gonna drink this before I go out so I don't drink tonight. What they don't fucking realize is they're taking like essentially a dose of fucking painkillers before they go out. So just tread fucking carefully with Kratom. It is so evil and diabolical, and it's crazy that it's being normalized. And like, I don't know. I just have opinions on it.
I have awful opinions on it too. And when I saw the free Kratom sign, I was like, this is crazy. And then I asked him, I was like, I know this is Florida, but like we're in Miami, and we're like not in like the part of Miami that like who I assume like uses Kratom is in. And I was like, oh, like, is this popular here? And he was like, we have people lining up at like 8 a.m. to like get their shit.
Bad. It's
and I was like, that should be a sign
heroin.
To not sell it, but
it's
whatever.
Straight up legal fucking heroin. But anyways, I'll finish my story. We'll talk about that in another episode because we both have crazy fucking opinions on that. But what was I saying?
About Granbury, yeah. Sorry.
No, we're good. You're good. But we're here on Granbury, Texas. Without spoiling too much, because you should go watch the episode because it's really insane. Fucking good. I guess I was just finished. All I wanted to say is that like I'm fucking embarrassed of my hometown and sad and like honestly like amazed with my parents and the fact that I was raised in that hometown the way I was and still came out a normal fucking person with like good values and morals, because like the people that I grew up around are those people, and I didn't realize it was bad growing up until I grew up, and I was like, damn, like my hometown is fucking evil and they fucking suck and they are bigots and they are mean. And
it is crazy wild. How like I actually got into a huge conversation about it with somebody who's like a photography teacher at a art school in Miami, and I was like, it is really insane to think that like already because of where my parents come from, like I never lived in like a political household. Like that was never a conversation in my household. Like politics and stuff was like just always it for reasons I would rather not divulge publicly. But like it was just not. Let's just say it didn't really affect us or them. But because that wasn't a thing, like I never heard like super homophobic rhetoric. Of course, I heard like the classic like random comments that would like make me and my siblings be like,
"What do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah, what are you saying?" But like, especially now, like my dad specifically, my mom is just an angel, and like literally, I don't think there's a hateful bone in her body, and neither for my dad really. But like, I just never heard that kind of crazy ass rhetoric. Damn, like,
I'm sorry.
You're choking.
Are you all right?
I got pretty high before this.
Oh my God.
Hold on. That's fucking lit.
Yeah, I know.
That's me.
But I just never heard that kind of rhetoric, and it is crazy to think that there are some households that are like so like strict and like hard to like grow up in, especially if you fall under like certain like identities. And that's just that's it. Like I just like I always like when I hear, because now I have plenty of friends who I hear about it, and I'm just like, I never realized growing up how lucky I had it in terms of like my parents were just so fucking willy-nilly in a lot of ways. They were just like
let you fucking do you, figure it out.
Just be safe, bro.
Just so lucky. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to say is just like it is insane that like
Kai, you can cough. He's like scared to cough.
You can cough.
Let it out. Be true. Did you choke on water?
I don't know what I choked on.
My penis.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I choked on Drew's penis.
It's like, you know how the microphone wires are like down on the floor and going over there? Yeah, it's snaking over to you.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm trying to find the stupid ass comment you made to me and what I said to you.
But yeah, while Enya's finding that comment, I guess it was a really bad idea for the first time me trying weed, let alone cybernetic weed. In a very long time, I was watching an episode of a show about drag queens that is going to completely shit on and destroy my hometown where I grew up. But I got high and I had a good time. I had a good ass fucking time.
I called Drew and I was so shocked and I was literally so jealous.
I had such a blast and I was like, damn, maybe I can
maybe
do
what
weed.
you need is the cybernetic shit.
No, that's what I was thinking. I literally had that thought. I was like, oh, maybe I need this bullshit like that.
Because real weed just might be
too
like
potent. It's too fucking strong. Because like literally, never mind. Like that's another conversation. But just completely. Actually, no. I'm gonna get into it. No.
You said, see how hard I have it? And I was like, wait, why is there going to be a gay statue of you when you Elton John yourself in 30 years? Yep. Like, you are going to be the first gay Notable Granbury alumni. Fame, like Hall of Fame alumni. And there's going to be a big statue of you, like with, and you're holding a disco ball. This is my town.
Yes.
But yeah, did it make you sad?
Sad because some of the kids in that show, I was like, damn, like, I don't know. It was just crazy to just be introspective kind of about my hometown and like look at it on like a more macro level than like kind of what I normally
than just like the nostalgia based shit you have on it. Cause I'm
like, damn, this place does fucking suck. Like I love it and I love going back there, but like, damn, like there was just a lot of
like gnarly
bullshit that I had to deal with growing up, and like it's just interesting looking at it from like a lens of someone who I respect their opinions, and like I don't know, it's just very crazy. But yeah, I got fucking stoned as fuck and it was lit. I loved it. And there was a moment though where I laughed out loud at the show that we were watching, We're Here, because I was literally, this sounds like a fucking We're Here brand deal, but I was like, I laughed out loud at it, and then I got really quiet for 20 minutes and was inside my head spiraling about my laugh, and I was like, oh my god, like that was too loud, that was a weird laugh, like I can't believe I laughed like that, was that too loud, did I even laugh, like what's going on? And then I would just like spiral out of control and then ended up thinking about like killing myself or some shit, like, and that like I need to off myself. But that's what weed does to me. That's why I can't do it, is it like really makes me spiral in a bad way. But I turned it around.
While you were doing that, I was in my like 30s era where my mom was like, we should have wine. And I was like, okay. And then I would get a bottle of wine with her and like sit at the table with a cup of wine and like talking to my mom and like my friends. And I was like, damn, this really is what being in your mid-20s is. Like, well, shit. But it was fucking lit.
Did we ever talk about the Loewe party?
No.
So Enya got invited to this Loewe party. And I'll let you like preface it.
So I got invited and I really wanted to go, but like originally I was going to go with Orion, but I fucked up the dates and she was like on the other side of town. And I get really anxious about those kind of things because like, especially going alone, like I don't think anybody wants to go to a fucking party alone, let alone a party where I'm like, oh, like I don't know if anybody I know is going to be there and it's kind of like an event thing, whatever. So like But I was like, I'm going to go because like I want to be in these kind of rooms and I need to just put myself in the room and whatever. So
and own the space.
And I
belong here.
I asked Josiah and Drew to drop me off and like they're in their PJs like about to have like a chill ass like sit down night. And I was like, can y'all drop me off and whatever. And then like maybe I'll be in for 15 minutes and just like kind of linger around if you're down and like I'll get out and like come back out. But then we got there and I was texting Orion about her getting there and she was like, dude, I'm still at this dinner or whatever. And then I was like, oh, it's so far from where she is. I don't even know if it's worth it for her to come here because I don't want to be here that long. So then I was like freaking out because I was like, dude, I need to go inside. But then I texted a few friends and they were like, they're going to go. So I was like, oh, maybe they're there already. Maybe I just go in. Like I was just freaking the fuck out about like going inside because...
And being alone. It just wasn't the vibe that night either.
Yeah, I was just like scared. I think no matter what vibe I was in, I don't want to go into somewhere alone because I get really scared and like nervous and uncomfortable and like in my head about like me being there. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm the loser whatever. Even though no one gives a fuck. But basically I had like texted somebody and I was like, is there a chance like I could bring one of my friends who's in the car with me in because like I can't go in? And like Drew and Josiah were like, I'm not fucking going in, bitch. Like I'm literally in PJs. I was
like in a self-destruct mode. So I was like, I'll go in, but I'm in my PJs. But
he
I don't want to leave Josiah.
He was in his full Tekla like striped PJs with his comb day fuck down hat.
Beanie on. It was fucking sick. It was the hardest outfit of 2022.
And like, his like orange and blue like splatter
disgusting.
paint.
I think I like subconsciously threw together those last bits just in case I was gonna go in, so I could.
Yeah. And then he like went in and literally like so it was like Josiah in sweatpants.
I don't think Enya was listening to me.
Well, because you went.
Oh, I was just making sure you heard that.
Oh yeah, like, no, and I just didn't want to comment on it because I was gonna let it go. Like I understood what you said. But whatever. We like it ends up being that both of them could go in. So like, and my girl who was like getting me in was like, oh, like just there's valet, so just bring your car up and like y'all can go in. So we valet the car and hop out me in like this cute fit, like obviously like I dressed up to go to this party, and then like Josiah in his sweats, socks, and like this Juicy Couture crop top I gave him because he didn't want to wear
one.
Yeah, he didn't want to wear his other shirt, so he wore that and then a sweater wrapped around him,
like bricked fit, like not a good.
He
look.
was just like, oh, I don't want to be in my PJs. I want it to be a crazy fit, so I gave him basically what I had in my trunk, and then he had his hair up and his glasses on, and then Drew on my other side in his fucking crazy ass outfit, and my like. The girl getting me in was literally like, this is awesome. Like, she was like, this is so funny. Sick. She was like, oh, yeah, y'all like dress the part, like go in.
Yeah, but we pull up, we go inside, and it's not a small event. It's like every famous person ever is there. And like, it's a party. It's like a cool thing. And then I'm walking around in a comb day fuck down beanie all the way to my eyebrows, literal pajamas. But I felt cool.
Yeah, it was awesome. We like stood in there for like literally 30 minutes, talked to a few friends, and then like we were like, all right, we need to leave because it literally was a party.
The friends
like,
were famous people, by the way. I just need to say that. They were famous people that we were friends with because like we know famous people.
Like it's just you might as well like name drop, but no, name dropping is like makes you a loser. But
Doja
just, like,
Cat.
Yeah. Yes. We should just start claiming that we're like really close to her.
Carly Jenner.
That's all we do. His live. Oh, Timothy was there. Oh my God. We should have mentioned how good he was in Bones and All. We didn't even.
Yeah.
I'll just text him after this, honestly.
Yeah, text him. I'm gonna FaceTime him in a bit, probably. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, I'll just hop on with you. But yeah, Drew pulled the worst fits. We'll throw it. Actually, it was like the best fit. But it was just awesome because like he looked like he accidentally like had too much melatonin and was like, I'm gonna take a nap before the party. I'm like exhausted. Gave himself melatonin. Woke up as the party started. Was like, dude, fuck, I need to just like get there, and then went because like your eyes were a little droopy, but like that was a part of the look.
Yep.
And that's it. I think that's it.
That was the Loewe event fiasco. I did get laid that night.
No, he didn't. He did not. He went home and went to sleep.
And then pajamas. You know what's so stupid? What's crazy is I wore the pajamas to the party, smoked cigarette-filled, disgusting-ass sweaty event, came home, went to bed in them because I'm not washing that shit. I wanted to wear my pajamas. I was ready for bed. We were only there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, fuck, what the fuck was I gonna say based on that? Oh, and then because of that, we were like, oh my god, wait, we should go out tomorrow. Like, we should re-enter our like going out and having fun era. And then the next night, when it came to it, there was like a party we were gonna go to, and all of us were like, hell no, like I am not doing that. We've been in our like stay home and play Fortnite and like talk to nobody and do nothing and like rot away.
Well, one time at a random hookup, they had pasta on the stove. While we were hooking up, it started smoking so fucking much that I thought we were going to die of smoke inhalation. Still saw it through though. That's what I wrote down.
What, did y'all just like water it down and keep it pushing?
No, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I just remember the pasta setting on fire. I don't know why there was pasta on
my
the stove.
dad, if you know, you know, like when you make big pots of like soup or like beef soup or chicken soup, like what a lot, at least my family did. I'm assuming this is what Latin families will do. Yeah, you just leave it on the stove and then you like heat it up every day so that it doesn't rot, which I don't know what the theory to that is, but whatever. But my dad, like 3 times in 1 year, came home from being out and like drinking with his friends and would come home and then be like, fuck, I didn't heat up the soup today. And like go to heat up the soup. And me and my siblings would wake up in the living room with the house full of smoke and be like, what the fuck? And he's like, fuck the soup. And like would have to go and like throw the pot outside and water it down. And then we'd have to stay up for an hour with the windows open waiting till it like got out so that we didn't die of smoke inhalation in our sleep. And he did that like 3 times in a year. And then he stopped, obviously. Thinking in his drunken stupor that he was gonna like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save myself like $30 worth of soup right now.
You know what? Actually, this is crazy. This is completely different from what you were talking about, but it kind of goes with the whole like my hometown learning different shit growing up and like hearing different things and being surrounded by different things. Instead of fucking sex ed, which is what I thought it was called, but I was reminded recently that we had a class called abstinence in public school.
Wow.
So they didn't teach us sexual education. They taught us not to have sex. Is that what abstinence is?
Yeah, I think
like
so.
Abstaining from sex?
Yeah.
That's what we were taught in school.
We were taught sex ed, and I remember literally in 5th grade when we were all sat like in different rooms, like the boys in one room and the girls in one room to watch our separate videos. And like I remember it because it was like a illustration, and that was in the era where everybody was smoking Smarties, and like a bunch of us weren't paying attention and we're like smoking Smarties. And then in 9th grade they like we had a whole sex ed class. Our school fully had a class dedicated to sex education. Like it was like our last period, my last period. And I remember when they did the condom thing with the banana and we were like, you're playing with a fucking banana right now. You're so weird.
We didn't have that, and I thought we had that. But what I do remember is we did watch those videos in 5th grade, like boys in one room, girls in the other. And I remember at the end of it, we were all given like a little goodie bag of like hygiene products, because it was like 30 of us watching the video. And in the bag, there was like a mini version of this deodorant that to this day, I think it's the best smelling deodorant I've ever smelled. And it was, what's the red brand? Old Spice.
Old Spice.
It was like
Ice Spice.
An Old Spice. Yeah, Ice Spice. It's the munch flavor. But
the munch flavor.
Yeah, because you eat deodorant. That's how you like keep your armpits clean.
No, dude, you
just,
put it on.
Yeah, you fucking put it on. What are you talking about right now? You're crazy. Would I rub it on my skin and give me skin burns? No, you eat it and then it just comes out later.
Okay, Old Spice literally gives everybody chemical
why
burns.
is that a thing that everybody has had happen in their life and they're still a profiting brand that's on their shelves?
Men are so useless because somebody I used to see got mad chemical burns from their deodorant, and I was like, and he was just like, I don't know, like I guess that's just the way it is. And I was like, that's not the way it is. You stop using it and you switch over.
Do that.
And I had to manually throw away his deodorant and go to the store with him to get him new deodorant and be like, this won't burn you.
That is so lit. I had that happen in like middle school where I got the Kim Burns and I never used it again. But that deodorant is the greatest smelling deodorant I've ever smelled in my life. And sometimes I'll get a whiff of it in public and I haven't been able to find it. And I'll get a whiff of someone wearing it in public. And I'm not going to go up to a random fucking dude and be like, what deodorant are you wearing right now? Because I remember it when I was in 5th grade and I love it. I can't do that. And I just can never find it. And it was like the original formula.
We should go to CVS and like open all of them and like give them whiffs.
Word. I've done that before and I just cannot find
We
it.
haven't hung out in a CVS together in too long.
I know,
I was trying to get all my
weeks.
friends in Miami to hang out in a CVS. We were like doing the thing that's like very Miami of us where we had nowhere to fucking go. And we were just like standing in different parking lots until I finally convinced everybody to go to Flanagan's at 1 a.m. And those chicken wings, like, dude, my stomach was genuinely like contorting. Like it was like jumping, and I've never had that happen. And I actually was like, fuck, dude, I wanted this so bad, and now I'm gonna have food poisoning and like fucking stomach ulcers from it. But I think I am in the clear. But I was like, when everybody was walking to their cars, we were like, that's it, like the hang is over. Meanwhile, it was like 1:40 a.m. and I was like, the hang is over, like should we go to CVS? And everybody was like, no, bitch, we're going home. And I was like, all right, sorry. Let's go.
They just don't hang.
Yeah, they don't understand. They don't understand the CVS sleigh. This CV sleigh.
The yodeling kid and backpack kid actually dated. Did you know that? They were like a little thing.
I think they have a weird age gap. So like, what's up with that?
That's what I'm fucking saying. That's what I've been saying this entire fucking time.
The
yodeling kid?
Who would Greta Thunberg date in that sphere? Like, who would be like her girl?
Little Nas X.
No, I can't see that. I feel like she has to date a girl.
Why?
That's her vibe for me. Like,
I'd say the girl that was on Ellen DeGeneres with her and her little sister Sophie, and now she's like a drill rapper.
Okay.
Because opposites attract.
Yeah, either that or you know who it would be? The Grace Vanderwaal girl. Do you know what I'm saying?
I love Grace Vanderwaal.
She's gorgeous also. Yeah. But I need to see them go on a date.
Daniel Larson being obsessed with Grace Vanderwaal.
Wait, is that who I'm thinking? Okay, but they would have to like go on a date when like Grace like first did her first audition. Like her and Greta like at 14 or like I don't know how old she is here, but if it worked out.
OTP ship.
Why
OTP,
is that
OTP.
Oh, she was so cute.
What was the
she
song
fucking
she sang?
ate.
No, she
Wait,
tore.
why did she
It was crazy. It was
Why
crazy.
did she ate? Yeah.
Behind you, supporting you.
Okay, like get to singing. This is Christian.
Yes. No, she fucked
ate
it
12
up.
years
That's
old?
her own song too.
No, it's
I
not.
don't know my name.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. I don't play by the rules of the game. Come on, chills. I don't play by the rules of the game.
I didn't. Oh no, I have goosebumps. An original song at the age of 12.
And it's a good fucking song.
Wow.
Too.
Okay, this episode is dedicated to Grace.
Yeah, we love you, girl.
This is Grace's episode. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like she has a tapestry in her room right now.
Oh, she definitely does.
Yeah.
I bet she bleached her eyebrows by now too.
She would eat with bleached eyebrows. No, she's definitely past her tapestry. Bitch, at the rate she was moving, she already had her tapestry in that video.
Right. Fuck, there was something that I wanted to bring up. Right.
I saw somebody comment, it was like, dude, I didn't get half the references they were like talking about this last episode.
Right.
If you don't know that one, like, come on.
Well, let's talk about China regulating their TikTok to their youth and promoting only 30 minutes a day on their app. Maybe it's an hour. I don't fucking know. And on top of that, they promote learning TikToks to everybody. But in America, they don't have a time limit to our children. And you can watch whatever the fuck. I can watch a person die and then 3 seconds later watch a cute animal video.
Well, I'm not on TikTok anymore. So explain that. But you know what? Like, what's better? Me spending like 4 hours on TikTok or me becoming hyper obsessed with my plane crash?
And also buying shit.
Yeah.
At an alarming rate.
Right.
Right.
Because there's
how much you get those carrots for?
I would pay 99 cents for them.
Is that like on a good day or just like a whatever fucking price?
That's a good price.
30 cents.
33 cents.
33 cents. That's an obscure reference. And if you get that one, That's crazy. But
so was that good or just whatever?
Is that a good price or whatever price? Is that good or whatever price?
Yeah, we just have to tweak it a little so we could use it like.
Right.
So was that good or just like whatever?
Right. Yeah, they would be a good couple. We need to make them date. Holy shit.
Like the end of this episode has been like nothing. Like I haven't like acknowledged that there's a camera here. We've just been talking to each other.
But there was something else.
I have other stuff, but I'm going to save it for the next episode since we got a stack for the holidays. Do you want to save it?
Yeah, I'll save it.
Yeah, save yourself. Hey, you have to save yourself.
You know what it was? Spotify Wrapped.
Oh.
Should we review it?
The 13th. Maybe that could be our media. Let's go into media, but it'll be... No, let's save it. Save that for the New Year's episode. All right, here's the media.
Media. I wish you could sort it by like what you're listening to right now.
Technopolis by Yellow Magic Orchestra. That's the way. Oh, actually, I'm not gonna give that one because I want to keep that one for myself right now. How about that? And then honestly, Love Is Overtaking Me by Arthur Russell and Black Metal by Dean Blunt. That's like all I've been listening to recently, other than like other stuff that I don't want to give out. I just got a text from Zamar
saying, "I had a dream you were a suicide bomber and you literally bombed the gas station." Sounds about right. Why is everybody dreaming about me?
I know.
Because another friend dreamed about me.
Quinn had a scary dream about Drew too. Yeah. Maybe you are overtaken by a demon.
I think so. And these are like my spiritual friends. Is Zamar spiritual?
No, Zamar. I don't find Zamar like to be a spiritual man.
See,
Zamar
Texas,
lives by the happiness of his own accord,
which is beautiful, and I'm jealous. So I was on like a sad ass fucking vibe in Texas. So Pinta Nina Santa Maria by Vangelis.
Oh wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are floating in space, spiritualized, and I did it. I had to fucking do it, and I did Star Roving in slow-mo by Slow Dive.
Wow.
I had to do it. I just had to because it was an emotional Thanksgiving for some reason. Just sad as fuck, but I loved it. It was cute.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. See you next week.
Gay penis is just like.